Hi, I'm Chris Hutchinson.
And I'm Tom Hutchinson.
And we're here with Rock the Kaspa,
bringing you monthly news and updates of all things Kaspa.
Let's get into it. Actually, before we do get into it, it's probably best to say this is going to be a bit of a speed run episode because unfortunately me and Tom were quite sick last month and we sort of missed the deadline to do Rock the Kaspa episode 9. So we are now going to combine the month of October and November all into one.
Yeah.
So bear with us. This is going to be a bit of a speed run and there is a lot to tackle in this.
It's going to be.
Let's take a look at dev and tech updates. So for October, the core contributors led by Michael Sutton were working hard to bring a high performance version of GhostDAG so that the node spec and requirements and configurations for 10 blocks per second can be finalised. Now this is no mean feat and it's a hell of a lot of effort that's gone into this by the devs. It's part of the sort of crescendo roadmap to get us to 10 blocks per second on mainnet, and these were much needed updates to be worked on.
Yeah, definitely. And then in the end of November, it was achieved, as long as some other improvements as well, so that the Crescendo's first testnet 11 hard fork could be implemented.
Yeah, and that has been implemented now.
It has been.
And it's really successful. It's running smoothly. And this hard fork was done to upgrade all the nodes, basically, with all the new implementations that have been worked on, to allow 10 blocks per second to run even better, more efficiently and smoother. So this was a hard fork because obviously the consensus changed somewhere along the line there. So they had to hard fork to this new consensus model. The difference with doing this on testnet and on mainnet is that on testnet this was done with something that was already running 10 blocks per second. So once this has been proven to work, which it is working really well now, it will then just need a bit of tweaking before it moves on to mainnet, because obviously we'll be going from 1 block per second to 10 blocks per second then with all these new updates on these new nodes. So it will be a slight bit of difference, a little bit more delicate to deal with, but it's nothing to worry about at all, and it should be simple enough to do. I say that I don't know. I'm not a coder or a developer.
Nope.
This stuff is probably incredibly hard, but for the absolute smart brains behind Kaspa, this should be fairly simple, but it needs to be handled delicately.
And then also in October, Michael Sutton held his second Rusty Kaspa workshop, which was focused on a code walkthrough to help us understand Kaspa's DAG reachability layer.
Yeah, I absolutely love these workshops. I think they're great and good for Kaspa in general, because you've got these core contributors. Michael Sutton's a big name in the Kaspa space. You'll obviously have heard of him if you've heard of Kaspa. He has the willingness to try and help the community understand the really complex nature behind this. Like I said, we're not coders, we're not developers at all, but he breaks it down in such a way that, okay, we may not get it straight away, but after digging and researching a bit more into certain bits that he's spoken about, it becomes a bit easier for us to understand. And I think that is the true nature of Kaspa, is the fact that it's not just incredible tech, it's incredible tech that's being helped to be understood by the layman. Again, Shai, perfect example of that. He's always taking the opportunities to teach people, and it's fantastic.
It shows a massive enthusiasm from all the contributors that they want to do this stuff and they want to share what they've done in ways that we can understand.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's been a busy boy, Michael Sutton. Very busy. Because he also gave us a compressed proof of Kaspa's proof of work history in celebrations of Kaspa's 3rd birthday.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Whoop whoop. Which is big news. Kaspa's 3rd birthday, massive news.
Huge news.
It's still so young, but just incredible. Just such a game changer.
Happy birthday, Kaspa.
You're not getting me to sing it. So another massive big bit of news.
Huge news.
Huge. Smart contracts are coming to Kaspa within 8 months if all goes well.
Yeah.
Aspect and some other devs have been initially funded by KsprBot to begin work, which will bring smart contracts in the form of a layer 1.5, as Aspect explained it, which is really, really exciting stuff. Again, they're not doing the smart contracts on the base layer, which is why it's going to be a layer 1.5. It's a sort of hybrid of the two, and it's called Sparkle. Also, the exciting news with smart contracts being developed and hopefully being done within 8 months is the fact that in order to have smart contracts on Kaspa, 10 blocks per second needs to be on mainnet. So that means that there's a very, very good chance that 10 blocks per second will be coming on mainnet, obviously from now to the next 8 months.
Yeah. And then we've also had Kasplex, who have released atomic swaps to the KRC20 space.
Yeah, now this is fantastic because it means cool. It's the seller puts out what they want to sell, the buyer picks it up as a peer-to-peer sort of transaction, and then it automatically swaps between the two. So this is going to be huge. It brings a lot more streamline to the KRC20 space, which again should or does help Kaspa mainnet in general, because it helps reward miners. Every time someone transacts on KRC20, there's fees that are going to the miners, and the miners are the ones that obviously keep our network secure and keep it running. So this is great news, and hopefully it brings a bit more liveliness to the KRC20 space. Yeah,
definitely. And the more money the miners make now, more of like a proof of concept it is for further down the line.
So Jonathan Sompolinsky, also known as Hashtag,
the big dog hashtag.
The big dog hashtag. He doesn't really post often on X, but when he does, there is a lot to be learned from it. And he posted something recently. He delivered some deep intel on the layer 1s and the layer 2 ZK smart contract design for Kaspa. Now, obviously, Jonathan's working on the base layer. That's his main focus. And then now we've got Sparkle in development, which is it's a layer 2, but layer 0.15.
Yeah.
So Jonathan delivered this amazing post about the layer 1s, layer 2s, ZK smart contract design for Kaspa. Yeah. Luckily, Shai was at hand to then break it down further for us to make it more understandable to people like me and you that aren't devs, aren't coders. But it made it understandable for us. Again, Shai is fantastic at doing that. So certainly look at Big Dog Hashtag's post, and then if you're struggling to wrap your head around it, which many of us did, certainly read Shai's post about it too, because it will help break down a lot better.
Shai can certainly break it down.
Oh, he can break it down.
He can break it down. Yeah. That is for certain.
I've seen Shai do a push-up with a full-grown man on his back.
Yeah, I also saw that. I wouldn't say full-grown man, but
he was a very big, strong man.
Close to a boy, we'll say. But very impressive nonetheless. And then, so moving on, there's also been a visualizer that's been created to show Kaspa's blocks per second now, and to what it can be at 250 blocks per second.
Yeah, and it's insane.
Yeah,
it's hard to keep up. It's like warp speed, but the visualizers are really good because it's really hard to explain to someone what makes 1 block per second so unique, or 10 blocks per second so unique. So when you've got these visualizers and then you see 250 blocks per second, it's incredible. It really does help you understand it. Well, for me, it does anyway. I'm a visual person. I'm very good at learning visually. So this is what helps adoption. So everyone's got the ability to help towards Kaspa.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you could start by subscribing to your favourite YouTube channel.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That is a pretty good idea. So hit the button.
And that's it for this past 2 months, Dev and Tech Up.
Time to rock on to the latest Kaspa integrations. We've done it!
Woo, 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 woo. Finally, we've done it.
It's happened.
It has happened.
So excited.
Can you guess what it is?
Yeah, can you guess what it is? Yeah. Go on, you tell them.
We finally have a tier 1 listing or for Cas. And it is Kraken. You knew that anyway. Yeah. I know you knew that anyway.
If you didn't know it, where have you been hiding?
Yeah. So yeah, great news. Again, I think some people argue, well, there's already been tier 1 listings, and partly true, yes. But the point is, this is a tier 1 listing that helps the American market, and the American market is absolutely huge. So that is the real tier 1 listing there, because it's included with the American market as well.
Yeah.
So that is what we mean when we say a tier 1 listing for Cas, and we finally have it. It's Kraken. They some of their tweets have been hilarious. They're like, our intern has just been basically crying because of the amount of people when Cas. And what's really interesting is their tweet that they put out about the Cas listing on Kraken got, I think it was over 1 million impressions. Yeah. That's the record breaking for them. Yeah, that's the biggest for them. Again, shows you the power and the power of Kaspa and the Kaspa community.
The interest in the community, yeah.
And it's massive interest. Don't let anyone fool you. Kaspa is on everyone's radar. This is big news.
Yeah.
And also, with that amazing news of a tier 1 listing, we were obviously running a competition ages ago now. It feels like ages ago anyway.
It was episode 4.
Episode 4.
And we announced it at 10 minutes and 20 seconds in. And it was, at the time, whoever can get in the comments of that video, the closest to a Cas listing and the exchange that we're going to do it, tier 1 exchange. And I've been looking through it, and the winner has been Todd Harper 979. They put that it would be Kraken on the 21st of June.
Brilliant.
So they were the closest.
Yeah.
Well done.
Well done.
Yeah.
So we'll get in touch with you somehow, and we will get a t-shirt on its way over to you.
Yeah.
As a congratulations for winning our little contest.
But really, we all win because we've got a tier 1 listing.
Oh, yeah. We also have a lot of other listings, which is always good. Like I said, as many listings as possible. It's great. It gives access to Kaspa to lots of different people. So we've had letsExchange. They've now listed Cas.
Yeah.
That's a swap exchange, so you can swap your Cas for thousands of other cryptos.
You can, yeah. There's Hotcoin, who have done a Cas USDT pairing.
Yeah, so Paxful is a peer-to-peer marketplace, so they basically act as an escrow service.
Yeah, and then Mexc, who has obviously had lots of Cas listings for a while now, but they have a new pair, which is Cas against the euro. Very exciting news there.
Very exciting news. And we also have BigOne. They list Cas for trading. And changeHero now lets you swap Cas for, again, many other cryptos. They're a swap exchange as well.
We've also got Biconomy, who have listed Cas USDT as a trading pair as well.
Yeah, so like I said, we've had a hell of a lot of listings go on. Obviously, the tier 1 is the one that we all wanted.
Yeah.
But it's great to see other people listing Cas as well. Again, a lot of interest in Kaspa, and it just really helps adoption.
Yeah, definitely. And hopefully this, with Kraken listing it will open up the floodgates for more tier 1s. Here's hoping. So yeah, let's keep them listings coming.
Yeah, definitely. And with integrations as well, we've also had a few wallets.
Yes.
So Guarda wallet have now integrated Cas. You can store your Cas on their wallet.
You can, and Zodia Custody now supports Cas as well.
So yeah, great news for integration with Kaspa, concerning Kaspa over these past 2 months. You can see why people want to integrate it.
Yeah. And as Shai proved, it is the Trilama solver.
The Trilama,
It has solved the Trilama.
Have you seen that picture?
Yeah, I have. It's amazing. Yeah.
You know that Chad done that. It's honestly fantastic. I think he just done it on his in his spare time. He just thought this would be funny.
Yeah, it is funny. Yeah.
The Trilama.
Yeah, Luke
the Trilama
showed me it, and it's been one of my favourite pictures ever since.
Yeah. And so that is it for the latest integrations for Kaspa. Let's rock on to notable xSpaces and YouTube videos.
So we'll start with Luke, who hosted an xSpace with the new Australian Kaspa ambassador, and David Haslop, the founder of Auscryptocon.
Yeah, and that was just before they obviously went to Auscryptocon, so it was really interesting.
Yeah, nice prelude to it.
Definitely, very good prelude. We also had the 3 French ambassadors. They held an xSpaces talking all things Kaspa. Now, I don't actually understand a lot of French. I understand
Un petit pois
of Francais. Julian's going to kill me, man. I've just wrecked his language. So I couldn't really understand a lot of it, but to be honest with you, you could just listen to it anyway, because French is a beautiful language, so you could just listen to them speak.
Unless we do it.
Yeah, unless we do it, and it's god awful. But no, so again, I think that's really important. I quite like a lot of these ambassadors and a lot of community members doing spaces in their native language. I think it's fantastic. I know Crypto Victor's done a few in Spanish. Yeah. There's actually been Redface, his name is, he's Greek. He's done a few Kaspa spaces and talks. And it's awesome. And again, a lot of the Chinese community, Japanese community, it's great to see these native languages being spoken about Kaspa, because it is a global thing. It's for everyone. So
there's also, we've got Hardeep Mehita has been holding podcasts with Michael Sutton, Shai and Mark Zac.
Yeah, really, really good, because obviously these are extremely good developers. Yeah. They're core contributors to Kaspa, so it's great. It was always great to hear their insights.
Yeah, definitely.
Again, massive brain power. It is. Kaspa is powered by this huge brain power.
It's just a magnet for the smartest people in the world, isn't it?
Yeah.
It just sort of sucks them into projects, and they think, oh, this is such a great project, let's get involved.
It literally is like a brain black hole. It just sucks in all the biggest brains.
Yeah. And us.
Yeah. And us. We're really brainy. We also had Kaspa hypeman, aka Wolfie. He had an interview with kriptomat talking about his beginnings in Kaspa to now. If you haven't heard Wolfie, which you definitely should have, like, Kaspa hypeman is the man in Kaspa. He always articulates what makes Kaspa so unique and so powerful in such a really clever way. He breaks it down really, really well for people. So yeah, that's definitely one to watch.
Yeah, definitely. And then our very own co-host of Blockchain Banter's xSpaces right here. Yeah. You had one with Aspect and KsprBot announcing the beginning of bringing smart contracts to Kaspa, which is just, it's a humongous thing for your show, definitely. It's so cool. Honestly,
I felt privileged, really privileged to have it announced on Blockchain Banter Spaces. And it was incredible. Like, again, Aspect is such an incredible person, really intelligent guy, and in his own words, he can talk, which is fantastic for a Spaces. You want someone who can talk, but he really does nail down the finer details. And honestly, Sparkle's going to be huge, absolutely huge for the space. And I couldn't think of a better person to do it. Like, he's been a developer on Bitcoin, on Litecoin. He's really proficient with Rust. So this guy is just phenomenal.
So I reckon that about wraps it up for the notable xSpaces. So let's keep it rocking and move on to events and conferences. There has been so many over the last couple of months. So many. But the big one, one of the big ones, was Auscryptocon, the Australian crypto convention. It was just huge, and there's a big reason why it was so big.
Yeah, because of the big dog hashtag. Jonathan Sompolinsky was a guest speaker there, or a main speaker there, along with Shai as well. Yeah. And I mean, again, when Jonathan and Shai speak, you want to be listening, and these guys are just incredible. So that was a big pull for Kaspa and Auscryptocon. So it was awesome.
And it was awesome. And I mean, I've no doubt. Well, we've heard reports of it anyway, but I've no doubt that the Kaspa meetup was just epic, because they always are. We've been to a couple now, and they're always amazing. So if you ever get a chance to go to one, make sure you do. Yeah,
definitely. Because what's really nice about the meetups that we've been to, the people, they're like-minded people, and there's different aspects of people's knowledge as well. You don't have to know everything about Kaspa. Kaspa's an extremely complicated bit of tech. Yeah. but there's always people willing to teach you. And going to these meetups and meeting people, whether you've just heard of Kaspa and know little about it, honestly, they're great to go to. Really, really kind people. I've never been to one where I thought this isn't for me.
Yeah.
Every single meetup I've gone to, especially my own, have been have been incredible. But yeah, the Kasfan meetup in Australia would have been huge. And there was even some people who couldn't make it. They'd made Kaspa fortune cookies with actual Kaspa wallet addresses inside. Honestly, if you see a picture of it, it is so incredible.
Yeah.
The Kaspa community is top notch. It is by far the best community ever.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just Jonathan and Shai that attended. There was obviously Aspect, Wolfie, Chad, JW, and of course Luke.
Yeah. And Luke is just everywhere.
Yeah, he really is. Yeah.
And you'd think, especially with the Australian one, it would just be down the road of him. But no, he travelled from like halfway across the world at another event, Kaspa event, to get to this one.
Yeah.
He's just everywhere.
And I think he said some of the trains were cancelled or delayed, which never happens. But he still managed to get there on time. Luke would crawl to get to these events if he had to.
Yeah.
He's a real Kaspa trooper. So
yeah,
massive props to him.
Yeah, massive props. And also massive props to the KEF.
Oh, yeah.
The KEF, again, sponsored this world tour. They're just powering the whole Kaspa world tour, and this was another event that they sponsored. So thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely. These world tour events really help Kaspa's adoption. I'd argue they really help adoption massively, actually. Yeah. So huge thank you to the KEF for that. We also had Kaspa Guru, who is now a new ambassador for Kaspa. Yeah. He decided to hold a meetup in New York City. He just thought to himself, you know what, I'm here, let's do it. So he held an event or a meetup in New York, and quite a few people turned up. It was great to see. So a massive thank you to Kaspa Guru for that. Yeah,
definitely. It was announced on his X, so if you don't follow him, go follow him.
Definitely.
And then the Kaspa KII attended an event in Vienna. This one was talking to big energy industry about tokenization, utilising Kaspa's tech. The Kaspa KII have also had some more videos released from the event they did in Dublin.
Yeah, really, really good event that was. Yeah. And the one in Vienna looked incredible. The architecture looks amazing. It looked like something out of a James Bond film.
Yeah, it did. Straight out of a James Bond film.
But they're the good guys.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, they're definitely big movers, and they keep moving. So
yeah, definitely.
Thank you. Keep on doing what you're doing.
Yeah. And we also had Kaspa's 3rd birthday, obviously. Yeah. But we had meetups from literally all around the world. It was so good to see all these Kaspa community members coming together to hold events in different places all around the world. So we held them in Switzerland, Poland, UK, Nigeria, Australia, Uganda, Spain, Hong Kong, Turkey, India, France, and the US in Miami.
Yeah.
It was amazing to see the global Kaspa community coming together and uniting as one to welcome in Kaspa's 3rd birthday. It really was awesome to see.
It was, and well, I know for me anyway, my X feed was just full of content from all these different events. It looked incredible.
Yeah, it did.
There was cakes made and everything.
Yeah.
It made my birthday look terrible, to be honest. Really put it to shame, but it was amazing.
And so it should.
Yeah. So yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
And then, so back to the KEF now. The KEF hosted a Kaspa Innovation Summit where Aspect held an incredible talk and workshop about building modern multi-platform SDKs, which are software development kits. That's the one, which are software development kits in Rust.
Yeah, like he's a Rust master. He really is. And again, massive brain on him.
Hello there.
I think actually on our spaces he mentioned this. He said that he was supposed to speak for like an hour or an hour and a half, and he ended up speaking for 3+ hours. So yeah. Aspect can talk, and the reason he can talk is because he's so knowledgeable on what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, you don't really notice the time dragging on at all when he speaks, because it's really intriguing and you learn so much from his talks. So yeah, Aspect was massive there.
And then, last but not least...
Yeah, and then, of course, we had the KEF again sponsor yet another event in Bangkok called the Snow Crash Summit. Guess who was there?
I'm going to guess Luke.
Yeah, you're damn right it was Luke. Luke and Julian. Julian, again, awesome with going to these events. He's always going there, and JW as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, massive thank you to the KEF for that. I'm not sure how big the adoption is in Thailand for Kaspa. Yeah. I know Jimmy does a lot of good work for the Kaspa adoption in Thailand, but I'm not sure they know much about it. So again, events like this are huge for Kaspa's adoption. Massive thank you to the KEF once again.
And that about wraps it up for this 2 months of events and conferences.
Now let's rock on to have a look at articles and write-ups. Shai created a new X account called Understanding Ghostag. It's dedicated to updates about his open book, helping as many people in the Kaspa community understand the intricacies of Ghostag in an easier way. It's really, really good, and it's definitely worth a follow for Shai's behind it, so it's definitely worth a follow.
And like we said, Shai knows how to break it down.
Oh, yeah.
So then the Coder of Stuff wrote a fantastic Medium article about Kaspa's burn address and how it really is an impossibility for anyone to gain access to it.
It was a really good write-up, actually. I think that was one of his first write-ups. I'd love to see more write-ups from Coder of Stuff.
Yeah.
Not that I'm pressuring him at all, because he is extremely busy doing awesome, cool dev stuff on Kaspa. So, but it really was a well-written article. Again, easy for us normies to understand. So, it'd be awesome to see more from Coder of Stuff, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Well respected in the space.
And then Luke wrote an X post about Kaspa's incredible tech and its ability to handle over 15 million transactions in 24 hours.
Yeah, that is massive.
Massive.
15 million transactions in 24 hours on a proof of work.
Yeah.
Unheard of. And actually, he added visualizers to this, like charts and things like this, for people to truly understand how Kaspa ranks top of daily transactions against other proof of works. So he even had like Ethereum Classic there, so when Ethereum was proof of work. And honestly, if you look at the bars that are coming out, Kaspa just overshadows it. It's such a good visualizer. It really stands out, and it makes you realise how unique and incredible Kaspa is as a layer 1 proof of work. And like that, Kaspa handled that no problem, like it was nothing. It worked exactly as it should do. So it's really good to stress test Kaspa in real time on the mainnet, and 15 million transactions in 24 hours.
Yeah.
No problem. It was incredible to see.
Yeah, on a proof of work, it's just insane.
Unreal, honestly. So, Crypto Proselyte, I really hope I've got your name right there, wrote an incredible X post and summary of Kaspa's Innovation Summit. He's written a few X posts that are really in depth and really, really good. So he's definitely worth a follow. He obviously just is a community member, does it off of his own back, but he writes some really good Kaspa posts and on X. So yeah, definitely worth a follow.
Definitely. And then last but not least, again following on from Kaspa's 3rd birthday celebrations, Kas Media wrote an article on Kaspa's achievements from the past 3 years.
Yeah, it really was good, and it's a really good nod to the sort of cypherpunk reality of Kaspa. But if you are a cypherpunk, Kaspa should be like your ultimate fantasy. It is just, I can't talk about how amazing Kaspa is enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, incredible article, Kas Media doing their thing as always.
And that about wraps it up. Time to rock on to latest adoption.
Big news. Grayscale has Kaspa as their only assets under consideration.
Yeah.
Massive news.
Massive.
Grayscale, massive fund. Massive fund. Massive crypto fund. And Kaspa is literally the only one in the column that is under their consideration.
Yeah.
And if they're smart, they will seriously consider it and implement it, because Kaspa is next level. Again, it's the same thing. These big boys are adopting Kaspa. Mara, for example, only ever mined Bitcoin. Now they're mining Kaspa.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was going to say that things like this, people like Grayscale and Mera, even having it under consideration, it's not something to just like pass over.
No.
That's huge, like so huge. So it's just
and it is
awesome.
for something that's just turned 3 years old.
Yeah,
massive. Like this.
Yeah. Well, what were you doing when you were 3?
Not much. Rolling round.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a really good nod to Kaspa's incredible tech, because you've got these big players that aren't mucking around. This is business now, and they're seriously looking into Kaspa because of how incredible the tech is. So
Ballet have started to take pre-orders for their cold storage limited edition, custom designed silver coin, designed by Rubarbarian, to celebrate Kaspa's 3rd birthday.
Yeah, the design is incredible.
Awesome.
If you have some time, just look, because the coin itself, everything has a meaning to it, from it going to rust to the miners. It's a really well thought out and really looks incredible. The coin just looks incredible.
Yeah,
and it's cold storage device. It's awesome. So definitely check that out. They're limited edition as well. So once the total amount gets hit, there'll be no more. Yeah. And also, talking about Rubarbarian, I did just want to say the CMF is looking for extra funding now. Now, the Community Marketing Fund is essential for getting Kaspa's adoption out there, for the decent marketing. I mean, you know Rubarbarian, you should do, or Chad, if you're in the Kaspa space. This guy and his team of Rubarbarians are just geniuses at marketing. It's not in-your-face marketing, it is organic marketing, grassroots marketing, and it has worked tremendously so far. Please consider donating to the CMF, because they do such a fantastic job. And then lastly, Crypto Oliver, another one of our amazing Kaspa ambassadors, has teamed up with Neo Buddha to create the first educational Kaspa centre in the metaverse. Yeah. Awesome idea. I don't know why no one's thought about this before, but it really stands out well. They're still building it out, obviously, but it looks incredible, and it's such a great idea, because you are capturing a crypto market there. People are already in crypto if you're in the metaverse, or normally are already in crypto if you're in the metaverse. Yeah. And it just draws attention to Kaspa. It's really clever how they've done it. Yeah. So massive thank you to both of them, because again, it's just going to help Kaspa's adoption.
Definitely, yeah. It is a wicked idea, because it's just like super targeted marketing.
It is.
It's a wicked idea.
I need to find out exactly what metaverse. I think it's Neo Tokyo or metaverse, but it would be awesome. I'll try and figure out a way how to make my own profile, and I'll go there and I don't know, hang out.
Sounds cool.
Yeah. Get people through the door. But that is it for Kaspa's adoption for these past 2 months. And finally, let's rock on to feature merchants.
So, Coinbee now accept cash as payment for gift cards across multiple categories.
I really, really like this, because sometimes it is hard to get your crypto, if you want to take profits or anything like that, off of exchanges and things like that, to be able to spend the money you want to spend. Yeah. And at the end of the day, cash is meant to be traded, it's meant to be spent. So the fact that you can sort of take that middleman out of it, and you can just now buy gift cards with it, whether it's food or, I don't know, Amazon or anything like that, you now actually can use your cash directly to buy these things via the gift cards. So awesome bit of adoption there. Really, really happy with that feature merchant.
Yeah, a really clever way of offboarding some profits, like you say.
Yeah, definitely. And then we have our very own B the Barber in the Faroe Islands. They're expanding, and he's set up a new barbershop. Yeah. And of course, they accept cash as payment there too. B the Barber was one of the first Kaspa merchants, and he's obviously doing a really good job, because he's now expanding, which is fantastic to hear. It's always good to hear business owners that are accepting cash expanding and growing. I really do believe if you have the opportunity to help business owners that are accepting CAS by using their services or by buying their products, I think we should, as a community, we should come together and do that, because they are the ones that truly are helping Kaspa grow within communities. Other business owners may see them accepting CAS and say, well, why are you doing that for? Yeah. And then they can explain it, and then it will only grow. We really want to get like a circular or a mini economy of Kaspa going. It would be fantastic.
That'd be awesome.
And it's something that we are certainly looking into, isn't it?
Yeah.
We want to make the first sort of...
in the pipeline?
Yeah, circular economy for Kaspa, because it would be incredible. So yeah, really do, if you can support these business owners, please do, because they're doing a big thing for Kaspa here.
Yeah.
I hope we managed to get through that quickly enough for you all. We have had to try and compress it as much as we can, because obviously we're compressing 2 months worth into one episode. We will try not to be ill again. Mm-hmm. That's our bad. Yeah. Sorry for that one. So if you've made it this far, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help our channel grow. Yeah. And if you help our channel grow, you're going to help Kaspa's adoption, because we're talking about Kaspa. While you're there, don't forget to like and subscribe. Keep it rocking, Kaspa.
We'll see you next month.